Hello everyone, let us design sedimentation tank for some different given set of data. So here the maximum daily demand at water purification plant has been estimated as 12 mld. So we need to design the dimensions of the suitable sedimentation tank fitted with mechanical sludge removal arrangements for the raw supplies, assuming the detention period of 6 hours and the velocity of flow as 20 cm per minute. So the given data are detention period of 6 hours and the flow velocity of 20 cm per minute, and the water has to be treated within 24 hours is 12 million liters. The quantity of water to be treated in 24 hours is 12 million liters. Million is nothing but 10 to the power of 6, that is written as 12 into 10 power 6 liters. So as because we can't treat this entire amount in a single sedimentation tank, considering the detention period, within 24 hours I need to treat 12 million liters. So what amount of water I need to treat within 6 hours? That's the question. So the capacity which we will get here is nothing but the capacity or the volume of the tank which we need. So quantity of water to be treated during the detention period for 6 hours is given like this, which is written considering this equation. So 12 into 10 power 6 divided by 24 into 6 will give you 3 into 10 power 6 liters. So this is the capacity or the quantity of water to be treated in the detention period of 6 hours. So this is the capacity of the tank required, that is 3 into 10 power 6 liters. When it is converted into meter cube, 1 liter is nothing but 10 power minus 3 meter cube. So then we will write it as 3000 meter cube. So this is the capacity which we will get. So then, as because the detention period and the velocity is given, we know that velocity can be written as v is equal to length by time, where t is nothing but the detention period and L is the length of the tank. So in order to get the length of the tank, we can substitute the velocity and the detention period over here. So velocity is given in terms of centimeter per minute, converted that into meter per minute, and detention period is expressed in terms of hours, converted that into minutes. So in order to convert hours into minutes, you need to multiply by 60. 6 into 60 is given over here, mentioned in minutes. So length will be 72 meters. So flow velocity will be, when it is converted into meter per minute, it is 0.2 meter per minute. So then totally L will be 72 meters. And we know the volume and we know the tank dimension. It is in cuboid, that is length into breadth into height. Considering that we know volume and we know the length, and we can obtain the BH, where BH is nothing but the cross-sectional area. Substituting volume and length, you will get the BH as 41.67 or 41.7 meter square. So this is the cross-sectional area of the sedimentation tank. So as discussed in the previous video, I have mentioned some design consideration to be taken into account in order to design plain sedimentation. In that I have mentioned the depth considerations also. Here, in order to give some fitting arrangements and mechanical sludge removal mechanisms, so let us take higher values, assuming the depth of the tank as 4 meter. I am assuming the depth of the tank as 4 meter. So then we know BH is equal to 41.7. So considering this, I can obtain, by substituting H as 4 meter, I can obtain B as 10.42 or approximately 10.5 meters. Here now I obtained the 3 dimensions of the sedimentation tank. So I can write it as so before writing out the dimension, I need to give some arrangements for freeboard also. So depth has to increase it by 0.5. So 0.5 plus 4 is nothing but 4.5 over here. So next, if I finally write it down the dimension, it is like this. So then the dimensions of the rectangular tank will be 72 meters in length and 10.5 meters in breadth and 4.5 meters h. So this is the 4.5 meters depth. So this is the dimensions of the rectangular sedimentation tank for this given set of data. Alternatively, we can obtain the same dimensions considering the overflow rate, or assuming the overflow rate instead of depth. So let us assume the overflow rate as I mentioned in the earlier video, we can consider 500 to 750 liter per hour per meter square. Here I have considered 600 liter per hour per meter square, the overflow rate. Overflow rate is nothing but Q by BL, that is plan area. BL is nothing but the plan area. So Q by BL can be written as 600 liter per hour per meter square. We have Q, that is 12 million liters per 24 hours or 1 day. MLD is nothing but million liter per day. It is written as like this, that is 12 million liter per day. So in order to get the discharge in liter per hour, it is written like this, that is 0.5 into 10 power 6 liter per hour. So substituting in this equation, you will get BL, that is plan area, as 0.5 in 10 power 6 divided by 600. You will get 833 meter square. 833 meter square is nothing but your plan area, that is B, breadth into length. So you already know from the previous data, that is L as 72 meters, 72 meter, which we have got from the velocity equation considering velocity and detention period. So from that we can calculate a breadth as 11.6 meters. So we know the capacity formula, the volume formula, length into breadth into height, or breadth into length into height, or depth, will be equal to 3000 meter cube, nothing but the capacity of the tank. So only thing we need to calculate is height, h. On substituting the length and breadth, we can calculate the depth. The depth will be 3.6 meters, and giving due consideration to the freeboard, considering 0.5 meters as freeboard, the final dimensions, alternate dimensions for as calculated earlier, that is considering the depth or assuming the depth. Here we have assumed the overflow rate as 600 liter per hour per meter square, that is in between 500 to 750. We have got this, that is 72 meter in length and 11.6 meters in breadth and 4.1 meter in depth as overall size. So let us consider another set of data. In this, 2 million liters of water per day is passing through a sedimentation tank, which is 6 meter wide, that is breadth, 15 meter long, and having a water depth of 3 meters. Dimensions are given. So we need to find the detention time for the tank and what is the average flow velocity through the tank. The flow velocity we should find out. So in order to, let us consider the detention time first. In order to find the detention time, we can write it as a capacity of the tank by discharge. We know that we can write it like this: Q is equal to volume by time. So some quantity of water or anything passing through some time is nothing but the discharge. So from this you can write it like this. So detention time is nothing but the capacity of the tank divided by discharge. So in order to find out the capacity, the dimensions are already given. So here the capacity of the tank is nothing but length into breadth into depth, or breadth into length into height, whatever the way you can write it down. So after substituting, you will get 270 meter cube as the capacity of the volume, and you need to calculate the discharge, as because the volume is in meter cube. So discharge, as mentioned in the statement over there, where it is given that 2 million liters of water per day is passing through a sedimentation tank. That means 2 million liters per day is passing. So 2 into 10 power 6 liter per day is passing. So in order to convert the days into hours, it is divided by 24. Then it will be 83.33 10 power 3 liter per hour. So as I already said you that 1 liter is nothing but 10 power minus 3 meter cube. So then the final answer will be 83.33 meter cube per hour. So you know the discharge, you know the capacity. After substituting here, you can calculate the detention time as 3.24 hours. So the first thing we have find out. The next thing is we need to find out the average flow velocity through the tank. So I already mentioned you that if I consider the cross section of the sedimentation tank, the velocity, that means the velocity of the particles or water flowing through the cross section, that is breadth into height. The velocity of the water flowing through this cross section is said to be the flow velocity, horizontal flow velocity. In order to find out that, you can consider the continuity equation, that is Q is equal to area into velocity. We know the discharge, we know the area, that is B into H. Only thing we need to find out is velocity. So considering this, I can write it like this: average velocity of flow through the tank is given as discharge by area. Area is nothing but the cross sectional area. B, it is not plan area, it is cross sectional area. So area is nothing but breadth into height. After substituting things, and it is in usually the flow velocity is expressed in terms of meter per minute or centimeter per minute. Here I am expressing it in centimeter per minute. After substituting the things, I have obtained it as 7.72 centimeter per minute. For the same set of data as in the previous problem, so we need to find out these parameters. So first one is, let us see, if 60 ppm, that is 60 parts per million, is the concentration of suspended solids present in the turbid raw water, how much dry solids will be deposited per day in the tank? Assuming 70% removal in the basin, and the average specific gravity of the deposit is given as 2. And also we should compute the overflow rate. So let us consider the first one. So in order to find out the amount of deposit, first we need to find out the volume of deposits which we will get. In order to find out that, so quantity of water passing per day, as per the data given in the previous problem, quantity of the water passing per day is 2 million liters, that is 2 into 10 power 6 liters. Concentration of suspended solids is 60 ppm, that is in 10 million, that is in 1 million 60 parts is present. So how many parts are present in 2 million? That's it. So that is the question. So that's what mentioned over here. Quantity of the suspended solids entering the tanks per day is given like this. It is as same as this. So 2 into 10 power 6 into 60 divided by 10 power 6 liters. It is 120 liters. So 0.12 meter cube. The question mark is nothing but 0.12 meter cube is the volume or quantity of the suspended solids entered in the tank per day. And he also mentioned that 70% of this is removed, 70% of this, and also he mentioned that 70% of this suspended solids will be deposited. And also we need to find out the dry deposit, not the wet deposit. So in order to find out the dry deposit, we know it is given that specific gravity as 2. Specific gravity, we can write it as, if specific gravity is 2, is nothing but the density of suspended solid to the density of water. It is nothing but kg per meter cube. So it is nothing but density of suspended solid, on cross multiplying you will get 2000 kg per meter cube, that is nothing but D. So you know the relation density is equal to mass by volume. So here in this question it is asked to find the mass or in dry deposit that we will obtain after the sedimentation process. So in order to get the mass on cross multiplying, mass can be written as density into volume. Here you can observe that it's a summarized equation over here. So 0.12 is volume and 2000 is a density, and that will be the mass, and of this mass 0.7, that is 70% of this mass will be deposited. So that's what written over here. So exact mass will be 0.7 of this D into V. That's what written over here. So that will be 168 kg. So that is the mass of suspended solid deposited. That is 70% of the volume obtained, volume entering into the tank per day. So the next thing is we need to find out the overflow rate. Overflow rate is nothing but the discharge per unit plan area. So we can write it as Q by BL, discharge by BL. So we know the discharge in the previous problem we have solved it. We know the discharge in liter per hour, and you know the B, and you know B, that is 6 meters, and length as it is given in the data itself, length as 15 meters. So let it be in meters itself, as because overflow rate is expressed in terms of liter per hour per meter square, so unit will remain same. So on calculating you will get 926 liter per hour per meter square. That is the overflow rate. Two primary settling basins are 26 meter in diameter with a 2.1 meter side water depth. Single effluent weirs are located on the peripheries of the tank. For a water flow of 26,000 meter cube per day, calculate the surface area and volume, overflow rate in meter cube per meter square per day, detention time in hours, and weir loading in meter cube per meter per day. So the respective units are also given. In that terms only we should calculate. So first let us find out the surface area and volume of the tank. So in order to find out the surface area and volume, we need to estimate the detention period. So as because it is a circular tank, you need to consider this formula in order to calculate the detention period. We know the diameter, we know the side height. We know side height at 2.1 meter, and we know the diameter as 26 meters, and we know Q. But while substituting Q, you should be very careful that it is mentioned in the question that two primary settling basins are in working condition, and these two basins are receiving 26,000 meter cube per day. So that means this discharge should be divided upon these two. So that Q should be 26,000 divided by 2 meter cube per day, that is 13,000 meter cube per day. On converting it to hour, it will be written like this. After substituting this Q into this equation, we will get like this, and the detention period will be 2.41 hours. So we know the detention period. In order to calculate the capacity of the tank, it is given like this: the quantity of water to be treated during the detention period. So we know Q is equal to volume by T. So we know discharge can be written as discharge is equal to volume by time. So in order to find out the volume, you need to cross multiply. Volume is equal to discharge into detention time. That's what written here. So 13,000 divided by 24 is nothing but meter cube per hour. It is in terms of meter cube per hour. Multiplied with the detention period, you will get 1,308 meter cube as the quantity of water that to be treated in a single circular tank during the detention period of the 2.41 hours. So that is the detention period. This is one of the findings actually, 2.41 hours, and this is the quantity, 1,308 meter cube. That is the capacity of the tank required. So in order to find the surface area of the tank, so this volume should be divided by the side depth, that is 2.1 meter, then you will get the surface area. It's nothing but the cylinder, considering as a volume as a cylinder. So this volume will be divided by the side height depth, then you will obtain the surface area of the tank as 623 meters square. So next, in order to calculate the overflow rate, that is discharge per surface area, you know the formula: Q divided by surface area, that is plan area. Plan area which we have calculated here, that is 623 meters square. As because we need to mention it in terms of meter cube per meter square per day, or meter cube per day per meter square, so let it be in meter cube itself. 13,000 13,000 meter cube per day in this 623 meter square. On calculating, you will get 20.87 meter cube per meter square per day. Then this is the overflow rate expressed in terms of meter cube per meter square per day. Then it is mentioned that we need to calculate the wear loading per day. We know that within a circular, if you consider this is a circular tank, there will be wear, that is outlet zone, where the clear water will be taken out. So if you take the section over here, this will be like this. So it is asked to find out the amount of water which is collected over here per day. That is, the amount of water that is loaded over the wear per day is to be calculated. So in order to calculate that, so we know the amount of water which is entering into the tank is the same amount of water entering outside of the tank, or it is entering into the wear loading. So considering the discharge per day, that is 13,000 meter cube per day, so we know the length. Over the length, this discharge is done over this length, over this wear length. This wear length is nothing but the periphery of the circle, or the circumference of this circular area. So in order to find out the length of the wear, you need to consider the periphery formula, that is pi into d, or 2 pi r. D is nothing but 26. On calculating, you will get the periphery length as 81.64 meter. On substituting here, wear loading per day is nothing but discharge per day by length of wear. Discharge is 13,000 meter cube per day. Length of the wear is nothing but 81.64, which we have got here. Wear loading per day is nothing but 159.23 meter cube per meter square per day. In a continuous flow settling tank, that is 3 meter in depth and 60 meter in long, what flow velocity of water would you recommend for effective removal of 0.025 millimeter particle at 25 degrees centigrade, that is normal temperature? The specific gravity of the particle is 2.65, and the kinematic viscosity mu for the water may be taken as 0.01 centimeter square per second. So you need to check the velocity for score velocity, that's it. So in order to do that, first we need to find out the settling velocity, considering the Stokes equation itself, as because the particle size is below 0.1 mm and at 25 degrees centigrade. So no need to worry about the temperature here. We know as because the kinematic viscosity is given in terms of centimeter square per second, let us consider all the other dimensions in centimeter itself. So acceleration due to gravity can be expressed as 981 centimeter per second square. Specific gravity is given as 2.65, and diameter is given as 0.025 millimeter. When it is expressed in centimeter, we can write it as 0.025 centimeter. And after substituting, you will get the settling velocity as 0.05625 centimeter per second. You know this relation when the particle is 100% removed, that is V by Vs is equal to L by LH. So considering this relation, we can find out the flow velocity by just knowing the settling velocity and length and height. So we know the settling velocity, we know length as 60 meter is given, height it is given as depth it is given as 3 meter, but considering the freeboard, we can take it as reduced by 0.5 meter, that is 2.5. So on substituting this, we will get the flow velocity as 1.35 centimeter per second. So this is the flow velocity. In order to check for score, we have the score velocity formula, that is Vd is equal to root of V8 beta divided by f dash g into g minus 1 into d. Let us take beta as 0.04 for unigranular particle, and F dash as 0.03 for settling tanks, and G as 981 centimeter per second square. After substituting, we have got the core velocity as 6.56 centimeter per second. That means the flow velocity is only 1.35 centimeter per second. It is much less than core velocity, that is 6.56, that is 6.56 centimeter per second. Hence the design flow velocity is okay. That means the velocity at which the water is flowing will not take away or score away the particle which is settled down. So these are some of the design examples, typical design examples for the sedimentation tank. So in the next video, let us discuss about the coagulation aided sedimentation and some design aspects regarding that. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.